Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to do a demo walkthrough of HomeFlow, the AI assistant that I built. First, going through some key features and competitive advantages, and after that, we will do a full demo walkthrough talking about each of the different parts, and finally, going through some live conversations just to see it in action. So first things first, what makes us different? So HomeFlow is a complete automation with natural timing. So we start with lead capture, meaning you have a Facebook lead that comes in, or a Google lead, or a or someone fills out a form on Facebook or on Google or on your website, and we capture that lead. We capture their info and we begin the sales process. We automatically start texting them and answering any questions that they have, get them pricing. Once they have agreed to pricing and day, we'll go ahead and get them scheduled in your CRM. Now, if we need to follow up, say they say, "Hey, I need to talk to my spouse, I need to talk to my roommates," then HomeFlow will follow up with them a couple days later uh, and make sure that they get fully closed. Now, all these systems work in unison, so we're keeping track of the entire conversation, deciding how we're going to message them based off of previous conversations. That's directly going to influence how we follow up with them. Also, any of these questions, say it's a few days in between their response or whatever, all of this ties in together. So it's a lot more, like I said, all these systems work in unison. It just does that a lot better than any other system that I've seen. Now, custom brand voice and A/B testing. Basically, what this means is you can send customized opening messages. So as soon as that lead form is filled out, that first message that gets sent, you're able to customize that, and you're actually able to customize that depending on what kind of form was filled. We'll go into that a little bit later. But you're also able to customize the quotes depending on how you want those to look. So if you want to test different types of quotes, you can do that, and confirmation messages as well. So all three of these things, you're actually able to just play around with it, tweak a little bit, see what works best. And I've never seen any other system that's really able to do that at all. So it really is able to one up your messaging, and just because you actually have control of that piece. So uh so for example, if you want to offer say that you're running the pricing is what it is because of a special deal you're running, or it's normally whatever $500 for the initial service, but you're going to drop it down to 150 or whatever, you can do that as well. That's something that you're able to customize, which is and adjust as needed. So those are two of the biggest things that I think really differentiates HomeFlow from any other service. We also have a smart form integration, meaning, uh, and this is what I was talking about earlier. So if you have a form where all you get is their first and last name, for example, Facebook Messenger, all we have is their first and last name. We don't have their email, we don't have their phone number. So the way you approach the conversation with this customer is going to be pretty different than someone who's signed up, completely signed up, and all you have to do is introduce yourself and get them on the schedule. And it's going to be a little bit different if it's anything in between there too. So we're actually able to you're with HomeFlow, you're actually able to decide how exactly you want to approach those different scenarios so that uh, you can really create the kind of a relationship and conversation that you want with each of your customers. So next thing, we have pre-built tested scripts. So some of these, when it comes to these conversations, like the ones I was just telling you about, those initial messages, we have some pre-built scripts you can use. We also have some preset FAQs that you can use that all customers ask, no matter what part of the country you're from. So it keeps you from having to think of those all on your own and write them all out. We're able to get the format. We set up the format for you as well. So all it is just plug and play. So these are things that are going to save you a lot of time. No, you have no trial and error on your end that can take days to figure all this stuff out. Next thing is flexible scheduling. So A lot of services are going to, we don't require rigid time slots. You can have a morning slot, you can have an afternoon slot, or you can have an anytime slot, meaning anytime between, say, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. will come. And that's usually how we'll schedule our services. Just give ourselves the most flexibility. There's no reason to do a window of an hour like you'll see in a lot of automations. This is something unique. I haven't seen any other services that are this flexible. And you want to be this flexible because if you're not, you're going to spend an hour driving and a half hour to a house, then a half hour back just so you can make that time slot. So you're going to waste a lot of miles and money and gas and time that you could be spending taking care of other customers. So you'll save a lot with this scheduling as well. You can also keep your own service provider with your phone number. So, for example, OpenPhone, Verizon, Comcast, all of these services we're able to integrate with. Now we can use a secondary number if you want, if you don't have one of these services or we can't use them for whatever reason. But this is a neat feature, a nice feature that, especially if you use OpenPhone, which is what I always recommend, you're able to keep using OpenPhone and don't have to change anything. Now, a couple of next level features, we're able to directly integrate into your CRM. So we're able to auto add in a jobber, sweep and go, other platforms. I'll show you a little bit more about how this works a little later during the demo. And we're also able to handle complex pricing. So, if you have 50 plus options on pricing, a lot of services are going to have a hard time keeping track of your, 50-page list of instructions. We break it up into smaller chunks. So things like pricing are not hard for it to understand and get right. And lastly, something that's unique to us is we will give you 10 free closed customers or customers that are closed by the automation just to prove your return on investment before you commit to anything. You don't pay anything either. So that's something unique to us as well. Okay, now jumping into the demo, like I said, when a lead comes in, whether it's by someone filling out a Facebook form, a Google form, or a website form, that's going to come in. The AI is going to analyze the form type and adjust how it approaches that from the beginning. You'll notice there's a 2 to 3 time delay in between each message, so it looks more human. And the sales conversation is where it jumps next. So it'll handle pricing scenarios, any objections, any FAQs, and it will redirect back to the close. And once the customer has agreed to a service date, behind the scenes, the CRM is going to add that customer to the CRM. We can go over on Zoom what this is going to look like. All you have to do is simply assign that lead to the or is that assign a technician to that new customer. But okay, let's go ahead and take a look at a few examples, a few customers that we use this on. So this particular customer, we knew their name, phone number, I believe email, and how many dogs they had. We did not know anything else. So we had to ask when the last time their poop was scooped, and that was enough for us to give them a quote. So we gave them a quote. So as you can see, we're able to customize this initial message depending on the situation. We're able to customize the quote as well, depending on what we want that to look like and what we want to say. We're able to offer them a service date, give them the pricing for the initial service and recurring service. We got a couple questions afterwards, so we go ahead and address those and they go ahead and accept service, and we send them that confirmation there at the very end. Now, once this confirmation is sent, at that point, they are automatically added into your CRM. So with Sweep and Go, for example, you'll notice as soon as they get added, an unassigned location. So if we click on this and click on their name, this isn't this is just so you can see what this would look like, but it's going to look exactly like this when your customer is added, where they got their name, email, phone number have all been added, address has been added. They're already assigned a subscription as well. And any all of this is added as well. Notifications will be set up as well. All you have to do is go in here, click assign. This is all you have to do manually for this customer to get their service set up. The AI assistant has done everything else. You'll go ahead and assign the date based on what the conversation says they should be assigned. You'll assign the technician for the initial service. Same thing with the regular cleanup. Same thing with the technician for the regular service, and you'll select the day. So this page right here is all you're going to have to do manually. Everything else is taken care of automatically. But once that's all filled out, you'll go ahead and click save, and you're good to go. This customer has already been sent an email saying that they've been set up with service, so they can upload their card information there. But that's it. Once that's done, your customer's all set up to go. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple other examples as well. All right, so this customer has everything set up. All we had to do is, and they've already agreed to the price and everything. All we have to do is get them scheduled. So with this particular customer, we're able to jump right into a service date. They, let's see, they're asking about a time. So we got a couple questions here. They wanted a little bit of a tighter window. So we were able to do that. Sent them the confirmation text. Again, it was sent to Sweep and Go. And all we had to do was assign a technician to get them started. But that's that conversation. Pretty straightforward. And then let's look at one more. All right. And then here's another one where we just knew the number of dogs they had and then their name, phone number, and email. So going through this, we found out when the last time it was their dog's poop was scooped. Went ahead and gave them a quote, gave a date when we would be coming out. They went ahead and agreed here. All right, but that's pretty much everything that I wanted to go over with a demo. If you have any more questions about how this is going to work with your personal setup or with your personal CRM, go ahead and we can get a time to jump on a call for 30 minutes or so and nail down some of the details. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.